Enough about fantasy. Dream scenario for Justin Fields. If the Bears decide Caleb Williams is just too good to pass on, he's better. Sorry, Justin. Go be great somewhere else. Dream scenario for Justin Fields.
Man. Atlanta?
Hell yeah.
Probably.
That's where I would start.
Atlanta.
That's where I would start. Hell yeah. That's a dream scenario for anybody. Like if there was a LinkedIn job opening and you ranking
both of them,
Atlanta's number one for any quarterback. Atlanta's number one for any quarterback. Any quarterback. Like you are walking into a situation for the same reason that they miscalculated with my man Desmond Ridder. You are walking into a situation built for a quarterback to be successful. You have not one, but two capable running backs. Right. You have a tight end whose potential remains untapped thanks to the previous head coach. You got a top 10 pick at wide receiver who's 22 years old. You have a young, dynamic supporting cast there for whoever steps in there, whether it's Justin Fields or even, I know some have speculated about Russell Wilson. I don't see it. Some have speculated about Russell Wilson. Or even if they end up drafting a Jaden Daniels out of LSU or a J.J. McCarthy out of that school up north. Like, there's anybody who steps into Atlanta, you got no excuses.
And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing you didn't mention, and I don't know how far it goes. If you are one of these, hey, if you touch the hem of McVay's garment, everything is better.
I don't know if you're one of those
people.
The offensive
but you got Zach
Robinson.
Zach Robinson, who is from the McVay tree, there with Raheem Morris. And so that is you've got.
That's why people have put Kirk Cousins there because of that.
You got everything you could possibly need. And you're right, Michael, the way you said it, any quarterback who goes to Atlanta, you've got an offensive mind there at the coordinator position who's had some success or has been around success, knows how to put it together. And if he doesn't know, he should, because he's watched somebody put it together over the years. So you've got that. You've got all this offensive talent, and you've got the holes you have on your roster should be easy enough to fill. It's not easy or easier to fill than some of the gaping ones. Like it's hard to find a quarterback. It's hard to find a really good tight end like Kyle Pitts. I mean, like a really good wide receiver. But linemen, they probably need some help on the lines, offensive and defensive lines.
Sure.
You should be able to find them. So, Terry Fontenot and staff, help out the cause. I like it. I think Atlanta would be the best spot. I don't know about Pittsburgh, though. I see Pittsburgh on that list. I don't know if I like
Pittsburgh. I do like Pittsburgh for Fields. Yeah, because, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, and Mitchell Trubisky, that post-Ben Roethlisberger experiment. No, I'm saying that post-Ben Roethlisberger experiment notwithstanding, when you want to talk about a team and an organization that knows how to support quarterbacks in the old-fashioned way with a typically effective running game, I know it hasn't always been the case lately, and a typically dominant defense, historically dominant defense over the generations is what Pittsburgh is going to have. So for me, and stability at the head coach position. New offensive coordinator, as you pointed out, but there's stability at the head coach position where I feel like if he's going to go somewhere and be successful but not have, the weight of an entire franchise on his shoulders, not be seen as a savior, but more or less be seen as a cog in a machine in the Steel City, I think Pittsburgh is a great place to revitalize one's career.
Here's a question, and I think this is a big question for only Justin Fields can answer this, and he needs to answer it honestly. Who does he see himself as? How does he describe himself as a quarterback? For real, don't tell people what they want to hear. What do you say to yourself? In those quiet conversations, it's just Justin Fields and Justin Fields. And you're saying, and you're complaining about the situation, or you're bemoaning like that you're in this position. What are you saying about yourself that people don't see? Because if you go to Pittsburgh, and the reason I ask that question is very important, if you think, hey, I'm a guy who can, if I'm put in the right situation, I can manage an offense. And then Arthur Smith says, yeah, like Ryan Tannehill, like I did with Ryan Tannehill, I revived his career. A guy who's former wide receiver, turned into a quarterback, fast, got some athletic ability. Hey, we got to, we won a lot of games with Ryan Tannehill.
They did.
If he thinks, that's not quite it. If he thinks he's something else, like if he sees himself as a Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, does that bother you? I mean, it's good, it's ambitious, but is that what he is? Because Michael, honestly, I don't know what he is. He surprised me. I told you this before. He has surprised me. I thought he would be the opposite. What he has become in the pros, I thought the opposite. I thought he'd have no problem throwing the ball. I watched him in college. I thought he'd have no problem throwing. And I didn't think he'd be so much of a runner.
You didn't think he'd be one of the best running quarterbacks we've ever seen?
He's a great runner.
Yeah.
And he is such a spotty, inconsistent, unreliable. That's called. He's an unreliable passer. I didn't think he would be that. So I don't know what Justin Fields is. I think in Chicago you could work with him, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I would hope that in those quiet moments and deep down in places we don't talk about at parties that he says, I just want to win. Because like it doesn't matter what he thinks he is. If he's not in a successful situation or if he's not set up for success, he'll be a journeyman. Here's the good news to close out this conversation. We'll hear from Justin Fields. I don't think it's come out as of this conversation. You and I are talking at about 10:30 on Wednesday morning, but it's a conversation with Justin Fields has been teased in which he will explain why he unfollowed the Bears, and here's that clip.
Since we're here, hold on.
But I mean,
no. Since we're here,
okay. All right, come on.
What's with the unfollow with the Bears? What's up with that?
Man, bro, I'm glad we're talking about it because.
All right, as we like to say around here, brother from another, go be great somewhere else, Justin Fields. If the Bears do in fact decide to move on and start over yet again at quarterback. Oh, this is the one thing I didn't say about Fields is ultimately I believe he's gotten something of a raw deal, both in terms of being a young quarterback, not given enough time to develop, but also not always given the support and the infrastructure needed to develop. And, you know, some of that's on him, but I just think ultimately he got a raw deal, I beg your pardon.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.